And we're super excited to see what communities do with that. We've seen different NFT communities, build out branded art into the game already. Like this collection called Subway Rats. Um, they made like graffiti and stuff for their NFT collection, or Dinahos. It's like another dinosaur NFT collection. They've like released some branded elements too. But then the other thing that we're super interested in is moving towards introducing other types of game mechanics, basically Mario Party style game mechanics. Our developers have been teasing one of them lately internally, but essentially the future for us kind of looks like a mix of UGC and these new game mechanics that communities can help build out as well.
Awesome. I'm actually quite excited with what you announced that it's gonna be having like a Mario Party mini games, and I actually grew up in an environment where we actually do play a lot of Mario Party games, and it's actually quite interesting to see how it would turn out in the future. So I'm actually quite interested, Luke and Heidi, on the background on what actually motivated you guys to create Pixels. I know you guys love Stardew Valley. I know it's really kind of, as I can see it, it's really inspired on the art and like building up the community. So maybe aside from those two, what else are the main reasons that you guys have started Pixels?
Yeah, so I founded what became Pixels a long time ago, actually. And Pixels actually used to be a different product. We used to be doing virtual events and spaces. We used the same technology to host out virtual spaces, and we sold this technology to companies like Apple, Uber, Rippling, and Twitter to host virtual events and to host like virtual offices for them as well too. What we found was that when we gave people virtual spaces, we didn't see very consistent usage. We would give people these spaces and they would use them like once a week, basically, for about an hour on a scheduled cadence, like a happy hour on Friday for 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. for their employees to go to, or other things like that. But we just weren't very compelled by what a lot of these metaverse use cases were. So we started adding in game features onto this tech stack we built. And it was a night and day difference between what we had built before, where essentially the key learning there was like you need something for people to do every single day if you want these virtual spaces or these metaverses to actually get used. At the same time, as we moved into that area, we had this NFT collection that was using our platform as a meetup space once a week for an hour. And at first, they were really annoying to me. They kept bugging me to put them in the game. And I kind of wrote them off. But eventually we looked into that use case a lot more, and we saw all these NFT collections out there that had really strong communities that were just basically begging for something to do with those communities. So we took advantage of that and started doing these interoperable integrations into the game engine with these avatar collections, and it got us like a bit of growth in the side of the Web3 space, and it just seemed like the right thing. My own personal background is I have a double degree in computer science and economics. So this space is really fascinating to me for that reason. Just basically getting to build economy ground up, getting to think about game design and game economy building that way. It's a pretty cool thing to be building.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, I know. Yeah, before I think it's the similar concept as like Second Life or maybe some of the other games that is actually existing, like a virtual meetup, right? Something that you can walk through. You can walk with your friends, your coworkers, or what. And yeah, adding something into the product itself, like mini games or something else that they can do aside from meeting up. It's actually really interesting because just a background. I still used to play Ragnarok Online. Ragnarok Online has been really out for a very long time in the market already, and it's really old. It's pixelized and what. It's not really how the games are made right now, like 3D and with a lot of cool stuff. But people tend to stay playing the game, not for the game actually, but for the community. We used to just sit around in one of the towns there, just chatting up people. Then sometimes when we decide we can do wars or player versus player or something, that is something that we can do on some of the time that we have, like on added feature in the game, but what made us stay is the community itself. And I think this is one of the direction that I can see Pixel is going right now, like building up the community, having enough feature to make people stay, people just hang around for a longer time rather than just like the office mandated hours, right? So it's actually really quite interesting on the approach that you guys have taken.
Yeah, we talk about our community all the time because it is such a strong component of our success and where we are today, and yeah, just all of Pixels, right? And we made a very conscious decision a year and a half ago now that we wanted to build a very specific culture that was not the typical Web3 community, but also wasn't really typical anything. We just wanted it to be this like fun, welcoming environment that literally any kind of person could come on and be like, oh yeah, this is kind of fun. I want to chill here. I want to spend some time here. And we just slowly built that up, and it's been really successful for us. And it's hard also. I will not say that it's been an easy ride, but it's been so fulfilling also to just see it. Even us here today, it's because we have TIFF that's created this community and expanded with YGG. Like, it just keeps going, and it's also been a part of our organic growth strategy, is empowering our users to build communities, and we try to support that as much as we can.
I think we missed an opportunity to play on Pixels right now for this AMA. Like, we are going to virtually meet up there and do some stuff. But yeah, maybe we can do it sometime in the future. And yeah, it's actually really interesting for me to see that you guys have focused on that key aspect. Wherein the other games just focus on the gameplay and such, but having a good community with a lot of added features that all the other sub-DAOs, other guilds, other communities can actually utilize or have events in the future is a really good avenue for us. Yeah, Noise else, you mentioned that you haven't played the game yet, right? But you have seen a lot of videos. But
Yeah.
what does pique your interest for Pixels?
Honestly, the most interesting aspect of this ecosystem is the interoperability, part of it, right? And like exactly that. Like there's a lot of games that are pixelated, and for one thing, like it's a niche market for a lot of the gaming communities around the world. And there are a lot of Web2 games that they're pretty fun and they have their own like tight-knit community, right? And it's just specific to that one IP. But when you do something like this where you allow communities to plug in their IP and bring whatever it is that they want into the game, you got a lot more freedom there, right? And it's a lot more exciting. And then that opens the doors for like these communities to meet each other in game, whether it be through events or whatever the case may be, and collaborate to some level, right? And that might create new relationships and even spawn a new collaboration in the game or something entirely new, right? So I think it's interesting, and really like that's the most exciting part to me, is just the interoperability, welcoming everybody in to build what it is they want, and yeah, just have fun experiences with your friends and meet people in game. So it looks good so far. I gotta dive into this game myself and play it. I've seen all of the fun content, even the conga line there and some of the YGG events before. So this will be the week we highlight the game here in our community, and I'll be diving in. It'll be fun. Yeah.
It's great that you brought up interoperability, actually, because your background is like that to a T. So you've got tons of integrated avatars, but you're also standing in another realm, which is new cyber. Luke, do you want to talk about like kind of the future there with that?
Yeah, so we're essentially rolling out our UGC live to all of our users, like our UGC tooling, essentially letting users create their own worlds, letting users create their own game mechanics. Like, we want to really push what interoperability means in the space, and to do that, yeah, we're not just interested in these avatar integrations, we're interested in deeper interoperability. New Cyber was one of the first experiments that we did with that, where we started integrating in other virtual land into our game engine. So New Cyber had virtual apartments, and an NFT collection that they already released around these virtual apartments. And they also had their own ERC20. And we experimented with integrating both of those and building out a game kind of completely oriented towards that community. And the next stages of what we're doing is kind of allowing basically any community to host different interoperable experiences just like that. For us, we just want to kind of enable communities to engage their audiences better. And there's no better way to do that than through a game or game mechanics. And we just want to make that really easily accessible to communities and see what they can create.
Yeah, for this reason, I'm describing Pixels as the Web3 Roblox.
Yeah.